Hey y'all, Jesse Kaylin! And I always forget to do this because I'm so excited to get to the message, but I do have to take care of business. If you would like to support the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Please join me on Facebook and Instagram for daily card pulls and awesome posts. You can join me on Patreon for monthly contributions in exchange for personal services. And of course, you can get a personal reading or a healing Reiki session with me. All of the instructions and descriptions will be in the information box down below. All right, so I will see you for your message. Hey y'all, Jesse Kaylin coming at you with the full moon lunar eclipse, one of the longest, purest, most powerful lunar eclipses in the past 100 years and for the coming 100 years. So I figured it was a pretty big event. So I'm going to be doing a reading for a divine masculine energy and the influence of those who I identify or feel those under the divine masculine energy. And that's what this video is about. All right. So you feel free to watch this to understand the divine masculine energy within your own self. And of course, this is for my brothers out there. All right. Let's see what's going on in the divine masculine scope with this eclipse and this full moon. What do we have going on with the changes? Okay, so this, I just want y'all to know that the lunar eclipse is going to have profound, everlasting effects, okay? Lifelong. And this full moon is just like, if I were more of an astrologer, I would have in a sense, maybe I should pick up a book, expand my learning, right? But it's, I do know that it's all about emotions. Like I did read up a little bit about this full moon in this lunar eclipse, and it's pushing emotions to the limit. So how that's affecting the divine masculine energy. The overall tone of this event is Seven of Gabriel or Seven of Wands. Stand up for what you believe in. You are being called in your soul to battle things that your ego is resistant to letting go as an idea, as a mentality, as just a philosophy toward life. Have confidence and claim your personal power. You are in control of your thoughts, not the other way around. And in fact, with this guy waking up, the divine feminine rising up and taking their power, that's the mastering of the ego of what's happening here, is like you relinquishing the power that has been defined as yours, which was actually stolen from the equal and opposite. And there is a shedding of the old self, a shedding of the old ways, and an injection of a divine feminine nature. Because this lunar eclipse is pushing us to the emotional brink, that's no surprise. Emotions are more of the outskirts of the divine feminine. So those who are experiencing more of a divine masculine sort of way of life, there's a lot of structure to be had, a zoning in on what is important. And there might be a bit of a mourning process, but willing to dismiss anything that is not important. And that is vital when you are an ally to peace. So you have Page of Michael, all right? Truth, perspective, analytical, and blunt. Okay, all of Michael. Divine masculine has Michael or sword suit on the brain. So Archangel Michael is an angel with a sword of truth, often in flame. Blue is the color they resonate with, typically speaking. And they are very good at shielding and protecting yourself from future ripple effects. They're a wonderful entity to use, to work with, to pray with, to worship or incorporate in your thoughts and prayers, you know, like, oh my God, this is tugging at me. Archangel Michael, please help me, you know, put up a screen, put up a shield of truth so that I may see the truth behind it and not be so affected by it. All right. Perfect example of this sort of energy with Archangel Michael. I was writing topless. Okay, so I'm a two-spirit. I can embody the divine masculine, and I have a divine feminine body. And I'm choosing not to fuck with that. I'm choosing to use this body as a gift. And so, but I was riding topless. I was riding my bicycle topless. It's illegal here in Boulder, Colorado, where I am. Gender equality in the city of Boulder, which is not large. It's like 7 miles. Just the city of Boulder. But back in 2015, there was a law passed saying that torso toplessness, if it's legal for men, it's legal for women. And so I've been using that to my advantage. And I was riding around yesterday topless, doing my thing. Not the first time. I've made it quite the habit in the summer, you know. And I was impaled. I actually don't know. Do I still have the mark? No, it wasn't that bad. Someone threw a half-filled water bottle at me while they were traveling at least 45 miles an hour. And it hit me. They got good aim. And I was angry for about 3 seconds. My divine feminine and masculine were like, what just happened? But then my divine masculine took over. And it was like, take 3 breaths. Getting emotional about this is not going to bring about peace. And in fact, and this was very Archangel Michael energy, only I had distilled it. I wasn't calling on an entity to bring protection. It was like, I'm emanating this. I've worked with Archangel Michael long enough that I finally, and with the power of this eclipse, took control of my emotions during that moment. It took me 3 seconds to go like, what the fuck? To go to like, you know what? They're just cowards in action. And they did something sneaky, and they just what? They're jealous is really what it is. They're seeing a person own their power, and they feel powerless. In their brand new white Audi, by the way. Like, just, wealthy little weak-ass bitches can't handle no strength. Go ahead, ride in your car. You do your vroom vroom, right? Like, you go feel powerful through a machine. I'll just sit here in my power in the nude. Okay? All right. So anyway, Michael's coming through with this training with the divine masculine vibrations. Archangel Michael will help you see the truth of yourself. And very many of the divine masculine are not going to really like their reflection through this world. They're not going to, the initial response to the feminine regaining power, which is what's happening. I haven't done the feminine reading yet, but I'm excited to see what comes forth. But this reaction, this initial reaction, your true self that dislikes that initial reaction. You as an ego will experience this initial reaction and then hear a voice inside of you going, well, that's not very nice. Like, if you bother to imagine and flip the script for like a second and put yourself in another person's position, why would that offend you? Now, on a global scale, this is a big deal. We are going to start to see some positive effects, some positive changes in the coming years, all right? I would say in the next decade, we're going to see some massive, massive changes, and it starts now. This is the present moment, and we're working with this in time and space are non-linear, and this is the only thing that exists like love. And that's what's coming through here. In this present moment, more love is leaking out and expressing and bringing to the surface the pain of the lack of love, expressing itself on the way out. And the divine masculines, now is the time to take control. Now is the time to not express this pain you feel. Because that's what the divine masculine, that's what the masculine energy on this globe has been doing to the point where it has become toxic and not divine. Right? I'm in pain, blah, let me control you, blah. And it's like, that is not how to deal with problems. And I do believe it goes down to one influential source that has quite a success. We call it evil. I do think that there is actually an energetic entity, something very alien. There's, in Scientology, the Martians and the Atlanteans are kind of like at this battle. And I mean, every religion is wrong, just like every religion is right, you know? So, I'm just saying that, all right, I'm just saying that there's change afoot, and the divine masculine energy is learning divinity by expelling everything else. So on an individual basis, y'all, you're going through expulsion, and it's kind of like explosive diarrhea is the image that I got, where it's just like you ingested something that ain't right for you. Okay, and it's causing you some upset, but this energetic cosmic influence is allowing a flush. So go with this flush and embrace this new space and be willing to accept others to unfurl in your space. That's divine masculine. To provide structure, to provide format, to provide a place for others to be. Others meaning your kin. And here, come on now. We need to stop fighting. How many prophets has said the same shit? You know, just stop your damn fighting and take control in the individual moment, because you don't, the masculine energy does not know this. You do not know this on a cognizant level, but let me tell you that you pick fights that don't need to be picked with the divine feminine energy and those who embody it. So, any resistance you have, it's coming from fear of lack of abundance or control if you give it to someone else. This is not pie. Respect and worship and energy work, there is more than enough. This earth has room for everybody, and it starts with those watching this video. I'm getting an egotistical perspective. So individually, it's a conquering of the self. The divine masculine conquers his own demons so that he does not put them on anybody else or be a burden to anybody else, aka making the divine feminine their mother. Nope. Especially if you want a partnership. Especially if you want to honor a partnership you are in. Especially if it's with the divine feminine embodier. Okay. So, let's continue with the cards. We have Page of Michael, truth, perceptive, analytical, and blunt. And this is Spirit's way of communicating to you. This is not going to be sugar-coated or this, I would not even say blessing in disguise. I would say that anything that is happening to you is of your co-creation and is meant to knock pieces of you off like a sculptor to the marble, and you are the marble, and Spirit is just going like, that won't do. I need to get rid of this to create something so very beautiful. Okay? Excellent message. An exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. You have what it takes to succeed. An exciting new challenge. All right? You are never the same version of yourself. You have believed that as a masculine entity for far too long. The rigidity of this. You need some of this. You need to be willing to shake things loose a little bit. It's like your feminine side is scooping and it's feeling and it's completing a cycle here. And for some reason, I'm getting the lower half. So this part, for whatever reason, maybe to mimic a testicle. I don't know. But like we are, y'all are completing a cycle to better utilize and understand your energy of structure of linear times. Okay, so 4 of Michael. As of this point in time, insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. Do you know what this card truly represents as a sword suit for the intellectual scape? Shh, shh. Don't think so much. Don't think so much. It's not about the other people. It's not about your past. This present moment does not need to be so damn full. Okay, set your concerns aside. Let the 3D work take a nap. You know, you don't have to form. You're addicted to being a tinkerer. You're addicted to being a manipulator of physical circumstance, which is our divine right as human beings. We are master tinkerers. We are not the only ones who use tools, but we're the only ones who use tools to the degree where we kill our planet, which is kind of a problem. Okay. Elephants use tools, chimps, apes, dolphins. Come on now. There's more in common with the wild than not. So yeah, let that sink in for you. Someone went, oh, I guess that's true. Yes, it is. We are all telepathic and we all exist in a web of consciousness that we can connect to through this earth. All right. So seeking relief from stress, really in an individual egotistical scope, especially if it's dealing with work, shh. That is not, no, that is not important. Remember, you're going under an investigation, a review of what's important and what is not to you. Work, trivia, drama, even if it's a divine feminine, if they're not acting divinely, I mean truly, it's not the divine feminine's fault. It is not their fault. It is the fault of the divine masculine for creating a culture in which all females inherently are born into a painted corner and cannot feel at ease, you see. So when a divine feminine or a divine creature of any sort is not acting at ease, that is because they feel threatened. So if other people are acting out in drama, even men, hey, the dudes who threw the water bottle at me, they didn't know I'm a man on the inside, or at least a two-spirit and can flip the switch. They didn't know, right? They just saw and they wanted to douse my light. They wanted to react. They were jealous. They were threatened, you see, by someone owning their power that did not look like them, because they imagined, they were taught that if someone who does not look like them has personal power, it detracts from their own personal power. No, not at all. Not the case. And there's some residual energy happening here that you as a divine masculine, if you're watching this, I hope you're divine. I hope you're curious. I'm here for you along your journey, brothers. I love you. Rock on. I'm one of you. All right? I'm a human being. I got you. So setting aside worries, setting aside drama, and this is truly, truly, the energy I'm getting is that any agitation kind of stops here. This Michael energy, it's like this protection where things don't bother you so much. You're too tired in your soul to deal with the trivial bullshit. So you're just going to tap into your divine feminine side a little bit and just let the universe do her thing. Trusting the unknown where all is birthed and it's pure potential. Trusting it and not fearing it and just setting your concerns aside and knowing that you are doing all that you can to change. And that's a very damn fine thing. All right? Queen of Michael, yes. Divine ruling feminine energy for the masculines here. So brilliant, self-reliant, self-sufficient. Ain't nobody gonna do this thing for you. Ain't nobody gonna absorb the truth and live it and digest it for you. This is all you. Insightful, humorous. You know exactly what to do. You know what to change. Spirit is talking to you quite plainly. All right? Yes, quite plainly. The benefit of experience, a time for your career rather than relationships. And that is very true. And what that statement means is time for your career rather than relationships. Time to control, again, from the beginning, your own energies, where you put them. And this is transferring from a wall that you saw worthy of breaking down, perhaps with another masculine energy, or someone you feel equal to but different from, and you're trying to convince people or sway people to your point of view, and it's not the time for that. It's not the time to implement yourself into or infuse your energies into a relationship. It's not. This is internal. This is infusing your energy, recycling it back into yourself. If you want to give, you want to construct, you want to form, you want to give structure, you want to give advice, you want to be a divine masculine, okay, turn it inward first. You want to be a teacher? Okay, first you got to learn the lessons that can only be learned and not taught. Right? So that you might be able to at least express and help a person understand intellectually through words your process. But you cannot guarantee even that if you share, if you teach, if you share your wisdoms, that it will be absorbed and they will do anything with it. Right? So why control things that you can't control and start taking control of things you can control? The divine feminine of the intellectual space goes, no, it's back in here. It's not about out here. Right now, it's about coming into you. All right. So again, with this cycle, this ending of the cycle, that part of the yin yang. Yeah. Definitely. Okay. So anyway, there it is. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. I hope that this message helps you along your journey. Male, female, feminine, masculine, whoever, whatever. This is just about the masculine vibes. That's it. Take care. Rock on. I love you for loving yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.